In today's video, we get to spectate an experienced TABG player, and we see the consequences of having to play a more frontline role when you're used to playing support, aka sniping in the backline. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Coaching with Gyoza Planet with your host, Gyoza Planet. Hello, that's me. And today we have a rather interesting video by a user by the name of, how do I pronounce this? Karwenen. From what I've seen, they're a pretty experienced player, as by the fact that they have a level 199 battle pass and they're level 151 in game, they've got definitely some hours on the game. But yeah, they were nice enough to submit some footage to improve and everything. Now, this will be squads gameplay, they mentioned, because they don't really do solo squads much. That's fine. I can review either kind. It works, both work for me. They did actually do me the favor of sending me a little, like, a preamble video, which is kind of like, hey, here's how I play and everything, and it was actually really useful. So, I suppose to break it down for those of you, because you're not going to see the video because they sent it to me, basically, what it was is that, they play mainly squads. They play via vibes, mostly, which, vibes, and what they like, not great spatial awareness, they are a quote-unquote lucky player, which we will see how much that actually affects. So basically, they play mainly squads with a couple of other people, or just auto-team squads, I think. They might also just play solo squads, and I misunderstood the video. They usually play quote-unquote by vibes. What this simply means is that they don't talk with many other people about TABG, which means they don't really know what the supposed meta is or what the best thing is. They know stuff like the minigun and the machine guns are strong, and that the Ops and the 74SU is really good, and stuff like that, but that's about it. They don't really follow discussions, everything. So they mentioned that their favorite weapon is the AUG, which honestly is completely fine. The AUG is a very good gun, and it's not as strong as the FAMAS, but it's close to the FAMAS, and it's like an alternative. It's a side grade to the FAMAS, and it offers a lot less recoil and a lot better range, and slightly less of that close range punchiness that the FAMAS usually has. But yeah, that's fine. Not great spatial awareness. They mentioned this, that if they get like implosion or knockback grenaded, or stuff like that, it takes them usually like a couple of seconds to realize where the hell they are. Which, yeah, that kind of sucks for a game like this. If it's just an inexperienced thing, which I highly doubt it is, I mean, there's ways to get around it. If it's like a genetic thing, you're kind of just out of luck and you have to adapt to it. And then they are supposedly a lucky player, which I highly doubt. You can be lucky in this game. You can be like you can be a player like Bee Eater who just finds like purple blessings just at random, like every other match, or legendary blessings every other match, which, yeah, but most of the time, quote-quote, being quote-quote lucky in how you play and everything is usually more so a reflection of your experience. You can be lucky in a fight or lucky in the kills that you get, and honestly, it's actually just all of your experience and your subconscious that you've developed from playing this game that's kicking in and playing,
Good
quote unquote, playing for you.
afternoon. This
Also, they will be talking during
welcome
this.
to have my footage and shenanigans analyzed by some very kind folks.
Yes. Thank you for sending your gameplay in. It's quite fun to do these. Oh, that's not good. Okay, this might be a video with a couple of cuts. Okay,
Because of
problems
is,
fixed.
If
Apologies.
the hyper launch could be removed from the game, that it should.
Oh,
I 100%.
hold on. That's Spin Down. That's the dude from one of my previous videos. Oh, this should be interesting to get to see how they play against each other. Because from what I remember, Spin Down was a pretty skilled player with a couple of weak spots in how they played.
Hyper
So it'll be fun to see how they've improved.
could be removed from the game that it should. I 100% agree. I think launching before the actual trucks appear, they erodes a lot of like very.
Also, apology, just in advance, apologies, Carwinen. I kind of skipped over the entire beginning section. This is mainly so the video is 2.5 hours.
The endless fun strategy of the game. This will be a Finland launch, so we will head straight to my favorite spot, the cabin. I fucked up the window immensely. That is a terrible judge of distance.
Aye.
But yeah, I think just the natural way shit spawns is much more entertaining. That's very sexy. Hey!
Okay. Nice.
There's another one.
I think I've seen this player before, so good kill on them. Second off, hey, you got solid machine gun aim. There's also someone else with machine gun though, so you should yes, you want to do that. This is a very go big or go home loadout because
guess that guy left.
you either hit them with a crossbow and then hit them with a machine gun, or you miss the crossbow and you hit them with a machine gun, and if you don't hit them with a machine gun, you're kind of just dead. Ooh,
Flash that side.
the flash
I think I got him.
doesn't actually do.
I do not. He could have killed me instantly there.
You get Mossberg checked.
Very bad. I need to retreat here to medkits.
Okay. Not bad so far from what I've seen. I suspect that in that fight there, you thought that the that the flashbang had actually hit them. I would be careful about that. Like, I personally, most people don't recommend using flashbang. I do. It's decently useful. It can help a lot in certain fights. If you do use flashbangs on a regular basis, be careful and do what's, like, I like to call a flashbang check, which is basically you kind of, like, peek out of cover quickly to see if they're actually flashed. You can tell someone's flashed if they're running into a wall, standing there. If they stop shooting in your direction or stopped, basically, if they stop looking like they're actively participating in the fight, they've probably been flashbanged, which means you can go on everything. If they don't look like that and they're still running towards you, shooting at you and everything, then just keep going on and fighting and as normal. Also, be careful of the weapon as the other person has, because you got Mossberg check there and you almost died. Ooh.
Okay, we locked him down. Oh, that was.
I think you accidentally started reloading your machine gun. Unfortunate. I think that's mostly just human error.
I'm not proud of myself on that one. So I was so laser focused on just throwing that cage into the cabin to prevent the other dude from slipping out. I didn't see he either slipped out of the side and just blended in with the colors, and which caused me to panic. So I swapped to my MG and just reflexively reloaded it instead of just shooting. Nope, I was not paying attention there.
Yeah, nice.
Fine.
You still beat level 2, so you don't get a curse.
High chance tour will have some people in it, but I don't mind there being some people. Just as long as there is a degree of
apologies, allergy season.
Second floor, we're good.
Okay, so as you mentioned, going tall work, interesting drop, can be potentially dangerous because there are people here.
So big.
Most of them fight around the center pillar, so
I'm hunting for that.
landing on outerwards house like this is actually a pretty good idea.
That's quite nice. Oh wait, weapon master. Oh, I thought that was regen from the sim for a second. Cringe. Ew.
Oh yeah, also he really does not like weapon mastery.
That's another thing as well. I'll probably be passing up.
Ooh. Okay, I know you don't like weapon mastery, but with a Glock, it's actually a really good combination because you can take advantage of. So the Glock normally has incredibly inaccurate hip fire, but with weapon mastery, that's cut down a lot, and it makes it a really high damage option.
I will likely be passing up on a lot of objectively good weapons and loadouts because I have, through trial and error, determined what weaponry I like and what doesn't work for me.
which is fine.
And
This is interesting. I think he's gonna actually
it's
run the
a
auto
very
bow as like a main weapon, which normally you can't really do because you don't get enough bolts. But
assessment
you have like
of just firepower and versatility.
yeah, he has like 40 bolts here, so he might actually
We'll
have
see how
enough
that goes.
to make it work.
Once again, like tier lists are just an enigma to me.
I agree. Tier lists are kind of just a waste of everybody's time.
I have a vague understanding that like the Thompson probably very good, the Beretta probably really shit.
Funny enough, that's the Beretta is actually kind of decent. Um, Bee Eater thinks it's one of the best guns in the game, and he's trying to start a cult around it because he's Bee Eater. No, but like in all actuality, the Beretta is actually a pretty solid pistol. It does 17 damage per bullet, so the same as the FAMAS, and it shoots in 3. So it does 51 damage per burst, which means that you can kill someone in 2 bursts to the body or 1 burst to the head, which realistically, you almost never land a full burst to the head, but if you do, it's convenient. But like when you're using the gun, it's pretty good with like if you're running like a sniper plus assault rifle or something, because it can get you that extra bit of damage that you need to deal with low health targets. And usually if you're using assault rifle and everything, that usually eats up a lot of your ammo, which means that you have to spend time reloading, which means that the person can either get away, or the ammo that you spend trying to kill that person is ammo you can't spend on the next target, which sometimes leads to your death and everything. And having a Beretta there as in your third slot that you can quickly swap to, shoot a ton of rounds, and then just nail them, get the kill, and then save your rifle ammo is quite convenient.
But it's once again, this like entirely just off the basis of vibe. Oh, I thought that was an MG because it's next to the normal ammo. I should take time to check these out because it's a weirdly quiet door.
Yeah, it is.
I might have passed by a normal ammo weapon, but
I think you might have, yeah.
Just picking up everything at once.
Nice.
Good news
Okay.
is that well, we nearly have enough bolts to make the work. I'll grab you for now. You're not great ranged, but
I mean, yeah.
piss myself up.
No, there's some overlap between the MP40 and the auto bow here.
The way I sort of arrange my inventory is one tends to be my either primary or medium to long range weapon.
Mm-hmm.
2 is distinctly my short range weapon, or at the very least a weapon I do not want to lose. Like that's pretty fucking nice.
Should have kept the auto bow. It would have been funny, but I get it. The
We need a replacement.
MG
one,
is
but
usually statistically stronger.
Actually, no. I stick with the Glock. Revolver I picked up because I find that to be an excellent healing gun. However, I am not at squad.
I think he's referring to the fact that revolver is quite good for revolver pairs quite well with the recycling blessing, which is true. You can fire off a round really quickly, and the reload is quite fast.
I need to hide that urge. The MP44. I know the MP44 is not good.
That's lies. It's actually quite strong, and it's one of the better assault rifles. But due to the fact that most players prioritize close range, fast fights, it's not suited for that. So obviously you're gonna struggle with, or obviously people don't like it because it doesn't work with that.
Oh, you know, I'll take you for mobility. Donald's got a double barrel. You're kind of tempting, but I don't have enough.
You should go and investigate those fights.
Satisfy you? That's the
Also, actually, something I do want to comment here is that you are taking a lot of time looting, which normally is okay. However, after the first 30, like, obviously you're looting for a long time because you died and you're coming in and you want to grab loot and everything. And you're also dropping tall work, which usually has a lot of people. However, if you spend the first 30, 40 seconds here and there's no gunshots, no audible walking sounds, nothing like that, you can just kind of drop down and try and loot the main spire here, because that's where the majority of the loot is going to be. It can obviously be empty. It can be empty if there's already people who have been here. But if it's not, like, if you're in the POI and you know there's nobody there, you might as well just go and check here first. If it is looted, then you go and loot the outer rings and the houses and everything. If it's not, then you get all of your loot there, and you can save yourself about 2 minutes worth of looting. Which 2 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. It's about 2 to 3 full fights, depending on how you play.
English is my first language. Please be patient with me.
Right.
Oh, you're going to get.
Okay, this is.
Go down there.
Oof. It's not a
Oh,
terrible
probably
loadout. You could. If you're going to run this, Katana will probably serve you better than Jarl Axe. I don't recommend a Katana machine gun. I recommend something like VSS machine gun. But if you have incredibly good recoil control and aim with the machine gun, then yeah, you can run a melee plus machine gun. It's very risky, but it can work. You should go investigate.
I see you. I see you.
Actually, this is something odd that I'm noticing is that you're looting a lot, despite the fact that earlier when you were playing, like I saw, you're a pretty skilled player. You know how to aim, you know how to move, you know how to fight and everything, which makes me interested as to why you're not going after fights. You might be going for the win, but
vampires are very nice.
You also have enough time in this game, and I suspect that you know that the best way to win is by hunting down kills and everything. So it makes me curious as to why you're not chasing after kills, or more specifically, going after enemies when you have a full loadout. You have like 6 magazines of ammunition for your 6 magazines of ammunition for your
I might have seen
MG.
a compensator somewhere, but it's now far too late to go back up to get it. Oh, do me, however.
Okay, suppressor, please put that on you. Yes. Okay. You want a compensator, suppressor will do fine because it still reduces recoil. It's not as much as a compensator, but it's something. Okay, I'm also gonna fast forward a bit here because I want to see if you, A, if you get into any fights, B, how you take those fights. Because, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, running a melee weapon as one of your primary weapons is really dangerous because you're sacrificing a lot of firepower. So, let's see how you get around that.
I do not have a launch pad. That's a blinding light there.
This guy is completely oblivious.
Accuracy not great. Oh, I missed that severely. I presume you're down.
Ooh.
Oh, you got jumps. Make sure you get it. This is the worst engagement I've ever been.
Yeah, this is not a stellar showing. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's break this down quick, or let's see. Decent fight on your end. This is all right. You should have grenaded the moment that you saw him throw down. Or I mean, you did.
Oh, I missed that severely. I presume you're down.
I think this is where things start going south. Aside from the fact that you get crossbow checked, and you almost died to a double barrel crossbow, which would have been terrifying. You're playing really, really close range. Like, the machine gun obviously does well up close, but it doesn't do that well. It's a very long, like, it's a very large weapon in terms of, like, physical model. And, which means that there's a good chance to actually get stuck, either on the other person, or you get stuck trying to move it, and the bullets don't go where you want it to go. You shouldn't really be playing this close. You almost managed to get a thing here.
Make sure you get it. This is the worst engagement I've ever been.
Also, your aim is decent. I do think,
You're ruining my fun.
whatchamacallit. Oh, you need to get the zone. I hope you have a launch pad, because you,
Let's get the fuck out of here.
you do not have a launch pad. There's a good chance you die here at the zone.
H1. Ooh, that's kind of tempting, actually.
Please tell me you nabbed the compensator. You do
Actually
not.
I have enough ammo.
Okay. Launchpadding out of there, smart. Not grabbing the compensator is a shame. For those of you who don't know, the compensator reduces your recoil by half, and the machine and the MG42 suffers from a lot of recoil. So it's the best attachment you can put on it.
Kills. I'm the kill man. Should be.
Overall, fight was decent. I like this. Okay, I like this decision. Also, it's actually not a terrible decision because, as you can see, he has 1.25 thousand ammo, which
Stupid
means
idea,
that
but I have shield grenade. I have.
there's not. It's not likely that you're gonna run out of ammo anytime soon. Go for that guy. Between someone who you saw land in and someone who's just landed in, go for the person who's just landed in because they're stunned.
I can afford to miss every fucking bullet. Jesus Christ.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, you've got all right aim.
Consider myself.
Please tell me you've reloaded
okay,
your
this is a terrible shot.
Nice. And then
Better game of the MG42, that's fair enough. Better game of the MG42, that's
yeah, you just kind of got wrecked there. I also think that he started yeah, you just got got caught out in the open there. That's unfortunate. I suppose you could have thrown a grenade or something. I don't really know what else I could say. But yeah, you just kind of got caught out. You didn't really strafe much though. You were strafing here, but not really when you're fighting this guy. I'll see if that comes up again later on. Also, like I usually do, I'm gonna skim through the sections that
aren't be seeing a lot of
actually the game, because
in a lot of squads. Oh, this is gonna be hot.
Oh god,
you're gonna have to focus for a second.
Okay. Okay. Additional recommendation. If you have a location that is very, very hot, like Shack, and you see 4 people land in it or near it, just land nearby. Don't try risking it.
Hey guys.
Because now you have an entire squad here that you have to fight. And you do not have the guns for it. Also, I think you're almost there.
Duration stun, very cool.
Alright. I can't tell if the footy is choppy or if your aim is choppy. It's one of the two. Smart decision, you were out of ammo. Ooh.
Oh, fuck you.
You have a grenade. Yeah, good. Okay.
I need to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so you definitely know what you're doing. You have experience on like how to take fights and stuff like that.
And retreat. Go back into the fight. The opposite. Retreat. Load my weapons first. They have a vague understanding that I'm over here. I'm gonna throw a smoke that way to fuck them.
I want to see if the smoke bamboos. I think the smoke bamboozle might have actually worked.
There's a guy behind me.
Yes, there is. Run! That's a bombardment grenade. You will die. This is definitely difficult. Very complicated fight, but you're actually holding on decently. You're out of machine gun ammo, which is a shame.
Ammo in my MG. I can sort third party this, so I can afford to just sit here.
You can afford to stay here. It would probably be better if you start walking over and trying to grab loot from something like this. I do not have my drawing program up. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. As I was saying, it would probably be best if you try and grab loot from somewhere like these rocks over here, so you're just kind of walking over there slowly as you heal up. Once you're past like 30-40 health and everything, the chance of you dying to a stray bullet are minimal. And besides, everybody over by Shack is fighting each other and everything. So it's better that you just walk over there slowly and you start looting as you're bandaging and everything, because it means that you have to spend less time like getting a new weapon, getting more ammo, getting more grenades and everything.
Use halves. Yep. So I have this as an emergency option, but now I thought you were a dummy. I thought you were a dummy a different name. That's rude.
Oh, okay. You just got gunned. Hold on. What did you die to?
A different name. That's rude.
Oh. You might have gotten burst gunned. I'm gonna be honest. I hope you look at it in the aftermath report, because Uh, if you did, that's unfortunate. If not, that's odd, because losing 140 health in, what is it? It's like 3 frames? Hold on. Okay, let's see. So you're fighting here. This isn't really relevant to review. I'm just curious because I want to see what happens here. Okay, actually, yeah, you can see your aim is a bit off point here. So you have a bullet miss you. You duck here, you're trying to get away. I think you might have gotten hit with like a headshot, something.
That's rude. Oh!
Yeah, you might have gotten a headshot by something. Unfortunate. You could have maybe tried to, split them up.
I probably shouldn't have taken that fight, but there was a distinct point.
You could have also tried to take the roof.
When I
That might
ran
have worked.
away.
So you're landing Snow Castle, yes?
Snow Castle is a vibe for the time being. That's the last person there. That was a branch. I was about to shit myself. Wait, oh. What? The screen? I'm hallucinating? I thought that's a Cardia. Now that's a motherfucker on me.
Common Relax is actually pretty good.
I had a Cardia.
It's,
which is back.
I mean,
Relax.
any Healing Blessing is early on that's free is good because, well, it means you don't have to spend time bandaging. It means you don't have to look for bandages. It's one less thing you have to worry about.
Slip up. Yeah. Oh, ow. Ow. Oh. Stop.
Case in point, the 15 damage that they dealt you normally would be an advantage they have. Except here now you can just kind of negate it by pressing Z momentarily.
You better not hit that head ground.
You just got you got dual pistol. Boy, that's unfortunate. Hold on.
You better not hit that head ground.
Okay.
He didn't land his.
Alrighty. I'm noticing a couple things. I'm not gonna
couple of
really.
shots.
Please tell me. Hold on.
So,
What did you die
I
to
did not
first?
respect him, and he
You got
just,
AK'd. They might have just gone like 3 incredibly lucky AK headshots on you. It's possible it happens. I don't know.
That was definitely like.
Alright, it might have been like it might have been like a grand headshot paired with an AK bullet that killed you. No, it would have to be like a Barrett headshot. Barrett headshot plus AK body shot to actually kill you, because
Headshot.
yeah. Overall, it's solid. It's a decent gameplay from what I've seen so far. You have experience. You know what you're doing. It's very clear that you have time in this game. Your combat skills are a bit rusty. And I suspect there's a couple of reasons why. I'm not 100% concrete on it, though, so I'll save those points for later. But yeah, let's get into the next game. Okay.
I remember fondly. We go 64. I overshot that motherfucker.
Yeah, you did.
Actually,
Also,
yeah, I confused myself. Reach.
I personally don't advocate for super launching. If you want to super launch, up to you. This is actually a pretty decent loadout.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also a good loadout. Both weapons work very similar to each other. It's just, do you want to click a lot with the M14, or do you want an automatic weapon?
Fighting going on there. I want to push for a blessing. Drop blessing. I like you better, so. Health. Great. Snazzy.
Please tell me
You are very snazzy.
Okay, yes. This is actually a pretty good loadout. You have the A12, which is good for close range, and you throw on an accuracy barrel so it can fit the close medium range now. And he has the M16, which is good for medium range and medium long range. Medium/long range, or the 60-meter zone where you start getting into DMR and sniper territory.
Dynamite here just in case I
Oh.
Okay, I absolutely need to find that. That's nice.
Well, you're gonna be hard to kill now. That's good news.
Bounce
Also,
and doing
you
tricks
might
on it?
struggle to get
You
into
are
buildings.
very hot.
Fantastic. Okay, so you've lost a bit of long-range pressure, but you also have a lot more medium range and backup close-range pressure with this loadout. You'll probably change it out later. But, yep, bouncy grenade doing bouncy grenade things. You hear someone to your right. Do you notice it? Yes, yes you do. This is why we wear headsets, people. Let's smoke up here, which means there's probably someone in the
Not sure
smoke.
what's going on there, so I'm just gonna check a dino. I hear the like I'm waiting for. Ooh, that's good shit. I'm waiting for the ambush.
He makes a good point here. There's a good chance that
I
he's
know
going to
there's
get
people
jumped
around
by
here,
several
but I
people
don't
here.
really know that I think they
Clever.
know that
He
there's
tried using the
someone
low
in that
grav to
building.
get height. I think you're tall enough that you don't actually have to. You can just kind of
Yeah, that does
climb
make
up stuff. Wow, damn. Good shots.
I don't know if he was the last one, but there is a guy over there, so I will not loot.
Just shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him.
Oh, that was ambitious.
Yeah, please. Okay.
We
If you're getting that close, you really need to have your AA-12 out because the H1 is strong in close range, but first off, the AA-12 is better, and second off, there's a good chance that your H1 shots are gonna miss, and unlike a traditional assault rifle, the fact that it's a burst means that there's a bit more delay between shots, which definitely does mess up with your aim. I've had several people, or I've noticed in the past that people who use the AK a lot and try and pick up the H1, they can't really aim well because because there's a certain rhythm between shots as you fire and everything, and people use this to calibrate where they're aiming. And with the H1, that rhythm is off compared to the AK because it's burst fire. It's off compared to most traditional automatic weaponry, so they aren't really used to it.
good.
You really need to heal up here. I would not recommend healing up out in the open, especially in a crowded place like this. I recommend honestly just jump down into this truck, take the 5 seconds, heal, sort your inventory, think about what you're going to do next, where do you want to go next, who are you going to shoot next, all of that.
Based on the,
Also, you really good.
I'm not sure actually.
Please reload.
Based
your
on
H1.
like the footfall I was hearing, it sounded like this guy cleared whoever was in here.
Are you gonna
I'm just
reload your
trying
H1?
to like mentally assess.
Yeah.
I should swap one and right click. Trying to mentally assess if I've killed everyone here. Well, not like if everyone here is dead.
I think everyone here is dead.
What? My brain went stupid there. I tried to right click the compensator onto the H1, just right clicked atomic gun instead.
Whoops. Yeah.
'Cause
Happens.
What?
Honestly, this is a solid loadout.
I was about to say, I much prefer Red Dot for this weapon.
Yeah, you seem to be a
but I
close range
don't
player,
ADS
from what I've noticed, which makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
with it terribly often. Not many weapons I ADS with. You just never like ADS.
Yeah.
Weapons. I'm missing. Nah, regen's nice. Empire, I do kind.
Whoa, hold on. What happens here?
Oh, this is the one. Oh, hey, who are you?
So you remember how I was telling him earlier to start the fight with the AK
Oh, you
or
motherfucker.
the A12? Yeah, you should have started here with the H1. Also, you
Yeah, but
just leave, dude.
Wait, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think he was just out healing the damage the A12 can deal there. Yeah, I think you were relying a bit too much on the A12, and you do have an accuracy barrel on it, but even then, it still only deals 30-40 damage per shot compared to something like the Mossberg or the Blunderbuss or stuff like that. The A12 deals a lot of damage. It's high amounts of damage, but per shot, it's not that much.
Oh, you.
Also, Fun fact, you can pick up grenades. I don't know if you know this, but if you look at a grenade that's been thrown and everything and it hasn't detonated yet, you can press E, pick it up, and it goes into your inventory.
You motherfucker.
Which means that you could have completely negated its entire taser orbital grenade. Your aim was decent here. Smart thing to use his healing grenade. Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah. You could have used a grenade there at the start of this healing grenade section. Like, throw a knockback here, grenade here, you run up the hill, and then you just wait and shoot him as he tries to run up the hill to you. You have the H1, which can do it. You could also throw a fire grenade here and force him out very easily.
I can't fucking see. I'm doing alright, but I should not have lost. Oh god. I should not have.
Oh, you're getting Curse of Recoil. Unfortunate. Let's hope you get non-recoily guns. Stuff like the crossbow.
Oh, that's fine. Because
Let's see.
The Imp is certainly a gun of all time.
It is. It's not a great gun to have when you have a Curse of Recoil though, because it already has high recoil, which is.
I'm a champion at just like hearing my own footsteps. Just being like.
Everybody is. It's a TABG thing.
Equalizer. So press. Oops.
Okay. I know this is the loadout you want, but this is like one of the worst loadouts that you could have with a Curse of Recoil, because both of these are high recoil guns.
What do I need?
That are hard to control, and you have a curse making it much worse.
I need.
Please tell me.
Oh no, you.
Yes.
Actually, you.
This I agree with.
You.
Oh, especially yes. This is a card idea. I thought that was a grand. Okay, this is fantastic.
Well, you have less of a mouse.
Okay, this is good. I don't agree with the submachine gun decision, but I don't think there was really much else you could grab. Also, this is smart.
Problem is, I kind of.
It's smart mainly because his strongest weapon here is the Kar 98. The UMP, yes, but he only has 2 magazines for it.
You're kind.
Thompson is the better choice in this scenario.
You are going to be inactive.
If you want to be really devious and you're going for the win, you could just wait out the entire fight, run in, grab the souls, and then go and get rid of the thing. If you want to be a bit more like, if you want to get a bit more action, you can just run in and try and take some of the high ground there.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Take some of the hold on. You can try and take some of the high ground and then just fire down on people and third party them basically. Someone did pop a flashbang grenade around here. That's an airstrike.
To double check to make sure that wasn't on me. Who fucking threw that? What's going on over here? This is pretty fucking interesting, actually.
Rainmaker, not a bad choice actually.
Taser, pretty nice.
And some taser ammo.
This is far less ammunition, but shotgun tends to be, for me at least, one of those ammo types where you just end up finding a lot of it. Very few people take it.
He's right, there aren't many shotguns in the game, and the A12 is the most common one. So most people kind of drop shotgun ammo, unless they're using something like the sawed-off, but even then, you only need like, you only really need like 50, 60 ammo to get a lot of usefulness out of the sawed-off as a like mobility weapon.
You see people taking Mossbergs if like not desperate because the Mossberg is decent, but if like they can get the Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's just submachine guns in general more reliable than.
I'm kind of tempted.
Just hold on. Submachine guns in general are just more reliable than shotguns are. They have more range and they're also better suited to, yet again, the fast-paced nature of TABG, especially at a higher, more skilled level.
That was a...
Where shotguns tend to not mesh well with that. This isn't entirely true.
You're useful. You know, yeah. I probably should have been paying attention to anyone who like to my side.
Nice.
Probably hit a
I think he hit a car.
Do I remember where I dropped that taunt? I need to focus.
Yes, focusing might be a good idea here.
That was bad.
You should also be looking for
Yeah.
souls. That's the main thing you want right now. To get rid of your cursive recoil. And once you get rid of the cursive recoil, you can go back and grab pretty much anything you want. Okay. Be careful about this. I know there's someone above you and you want the kill, but you have to be careful and still look around and everything, because I think there's someone to your right earlier, like in the zone. Nope. In the zone over here that was making a lot of noise and can easily just start shooting you and shoot you in the head.
To, like, win this side. Yeah. I'll give it a fucking go.
You can pull them down with an implosion grenade. It's really funny. That's also a good way to prevent them from escaping upwards. Because they are. Please tell me you pull out your shotgun. Oh no, no.
Yes, cool. You do.
Okay, hot tip. Do not take the G18C, a high recoil auto pistol, when you have a cursive recoil, because it makes it almost impossible for you to use the weapon.
You get it.
Especially when you had a perfectly good Rainmaker beforehand, and so now you have a full squad on you, and you have two guns, one of which has almost no ammo, and one of which is a sniper rifle. And you have good aim, but I don't think you have like 3 consecutive headshots with a sniper rifle aim.
Yeah, a much better gun than me. Well, that was stupid. In my brain, what he was reloading.
No, god damn it. Wrong button. Yeah. Yeah, going for the, grabbing that J18C there at the end was not the right decision. Absolutely not.
Just a brick in my inventory.
Like, you can play with vibes, and then there's having, and then there's, or like, playing with vibes needs to be paired with making strategic decisions, and that was most definitely not what you called a strategic decision.
So I need to be more cognizant of that. Yeah, that was a bad whip.
It's a 20-player lobby. You land here.
Yeah. And shotgun.
Let's see.
Pistol. And a cursed in my hands. Yeah, that's no one here, huh? AKS also pretty decent gun. Less point blank than like a vector, but
Yes, it is. It's
so make it work.
it's more of a
Oh, I should just
close to medium range, or it's like close medium. It's near, I suppose, is the name for that range. You want speed aura probably. Sawed off is useful against things like implosions or stuff that knocks you down, or just vertical mobility and everything. But from what I've seen,
remember this is here, quote unquote.
From what I've seen, you're just gonna play better.
Saw that now.
Dual auto pistols as your close range weapon is definitely interesting.
Definitely better at horizontal traversal. Important. Lower toward when I'm leaving. But
also, you are looting a ton here, seeing as you have a 1400 ammo and you have no kills.
Back to a loser like me, just
hold on. What?
It's outside the circle. It must mean that no one's here. And there's back to a loser like me, just circling around like just a vulture. Blessing, finally, Jesus.
Okay.
Start to build an ache.
Interesting monologue. I can't tell if you're
Maybe
tired or if I just skipped over
like
the context. I might have. If so, whoops. Did you keep the speed or oh no, he swapped it for a sawed off.
I will never get any value out of them.
Right.
To get a good scouting point. Oh, I hope I don't get stuck in the fucking divot. I got stuck in the divot.
Ah, yes, the fun of getting
Oh,
stuck
okay.
here. You just get
There we go.
you get flung out after a short while.
I heard a honk. Stupid.
Welcome back to the divot. I think the sun off would actually get you out of here, FYI.
I don't want to fire off my sonar just in case I like get this guy. There we go.
Well, yeah, you can also use it to like lever yourself out.
That happens to be embarrassingly more often than you think.
Yeah, it's
I
one of the
can tell.
perils of these tall towers.
Oh, there is a guy down there. Flash.
Please don't flash yourself.
You know, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Right. I mean, this is actually not a terrible idea to just bail.
Emergency exit.
You, there are a lot more people there than you thought, and you...
Oh, I didn't pick up that epic person. I didn't want to like just crouch down and pick it up just in front of his side lane.
There's a good chance you would have died.
What am I doing?
Mm.
I thought it was. Oh, because I have ice.
No. You want to put the
Because I have
compensator on
ice,
the
the
AK. Yes.
Pressure
On the...
side of that does not matter. Actually, but I should. do
Yes. This is actually a pretty good combo. Scar suffers from recoil, so you put a compensator on it. The two auto pistols suffer from high spread, so you put an accuracy barrel on them, and the sawed off is loud, and you don't really want to give away your position when you're using it for mobility, so you put on the suppressor.
In my brain. Need a car now.
Also, the fast barrel doesn't really help it since you're not using it
I
for
was
damage.
Not paying attention. Really easy mute button to reach. It's fucked up that. Involved.
Are you going to engage in the fight?
Oh, you have to try.
You have been flashed.
What am I doing? Zero IQ player. Oh, you cussed me.
Not bad, you've landed a couple shots so far.
Oh. It's bad.
Alrighty.
What's up? That's a lot of motherfuckers.
Wait, okay. Almost. Ooh.
I think. Yeah, that was.
You were kind of in trouble there. I mean, there's not really much more you could have done. Maybe just capitalizing off of the grenades that you threw. It's like, for example, when you got hit on that one, being next to them to get damage on that.
That's a lot of motherfuckers.
But yeah, you just kind of get caught out here, and then you get gunned down. Okay. I think I'm starting to get an idea of what the main things happening here, or like the main things you need to improve on are. I think with a couple next games, I should be able to explain them in detail,
As long as
which will
it isn't
probably
something
be the main
sexist,
like.
I consider that a decent interaction in TABG TBH. You take what you can get.
Alright.
Distracting.
The landing shack again,
Two people here.
and you're first in.
Fuck you. Fuck.
One swing.
Go.
You get Berettaed. So this is an example of when the Beretta is actually a pretty strong gun.
Go.
Yeah, it just
I
cuts
just
through your
missed.
health if you're not careful.
Also,
Also,
I tried to like fucking.
chasing someone with a gun with a melee weapon. If it was one of the two-hit melee weapons, would have been fine. If it's a Viking axe or like one of the if it's one of the third slot melees, I really don't recommend that.
Ice wall him to lock him in, as if this is a fucking MOBA game.
No, so the thing is, okay, so funny thing about that is that is actually one of the uses of the Viking axe, and it's a shame that people don't take the Viking axe more because it is a fantastic third thing on top of being a high damage melee weapon, which is great if you're out of ammo, you need to kill a downed person without making a lot of noise, stuff like that. The ice wall has a lot of uses. Obviously, there's the use of, well, just like if you're here, actually, I'm just going to use the square. the square is you and everything, and okay, hold on, I'm gonna use a different color for this. If this blue square is bluish shape is you, and these pink shapes are enemies, the ice wall, which I should have done in blue. Hold on. This is you, these are the enemies and everything. The ice wall, on top of being, well, a wall, which just kind of gives you cover and everything, so the enemies either have to go around or go above and everything, and it helps you separate them and everything. That's one of the uses. Another use is actually trapping people. As if you throw it behind them and everything, they're stuck, and that means you limit their movement options and you limit their chance of escape, which is very good. It also lets you set up grenades, so if you throw... Like, if you do this and you throw a grenade toward them and everything, they have to panic. They have to stop fighting you to move and not get blown up by the grenade, which, well, you get to shoot them for free since they're no longer shooting you. And it also reduces how much damage you take. You can use it for some mobility, I think. You can just, like, kind of, like, throw it down and you just parkour on top of it. You can use it to barricade stuff. You can use it to barricade doors. You can use it to barricade walls, launch pads. You can use it to block grenades, obviously. There's a lot of uses for it.
I just didn't think about the fact that he has a gun and could just kill me.
Yeah. Gun beats melee most of the time, unfortunately.
Work is here, and otherwise, it's my thing. And that's already kind of a hot loadout.
This is a strong loadout.
Let's scope on the pencil. Did I hallucinate? Oh shit!
Okay, someone's landed in.
Who's in hell with me? It's spin down. Fuck.
Spin down. Well, so I will comment that congratulations, Spin Down. You have definitely improved.
Who's in hell with me?
Starts the fight with a flintlock shot. He misses, but it's the right thing to do because if he landed, it would have instantly sped up the fight.
It's
Land a solid spray of bullets here,
Fuck.
and then just kind of guns down poor Carwinin. So congratulations, Spin Down. You have improved, as I can see here. So
the one guy.
Good on you for that.
Hell with me. Yeah, I thought I was the king of the trash heap with the Thompson.
Aye.
A beat high launch at all. But honestly, it would give, given how poorly I'm doing despite the advantage, maybe that's a probable future card to worry about.
Nice. Interesting.
If anything,
Oh yeah, something that I suppose one of you will be yelling at me to mention, but that he actually mentioned in his little like recap video, or like here's how I play video, is that he does not store his weapons much, because I think he just forgot that it lets you speed up and everything.
doing a community service by
he does know about it.
Being the loot closer to the people that like.
Hey, finally we get to see you play with the AUG. I'm excited. This is actually a pretty solid loadout. I would recommend that you grab the Vector instead, because the Vector
61
pairs slightly better with the AUG, because the AUG just has like either the Vector or the MP40. It depends on how good you are with the MP40. If you're not, then just grab the Vector, or no, maybe the Thompson.
I think that like illustrates.
Basically, you want something that's like high damage. Some kind of shotgun would go decent with this, actually.
But it is what it is. What a new
Storm Call. Oy. Not the most reliable blessing, but it's definitely a blessing.
Or you just pop it to like have it pop to someone. I will. Tempting, very tempting. Load up, but
I'm sorry. Is that a long barrel Car 98?
You get the fuck. I got more push to front.
You got a lot of people here.
You know what? Let's be funny about it.
He's camping the launch pad. Oh, that's clever. You got one. Not bad.
But I didn't. That was entirely designed to just flush someone out. I didn't expect anyone to perish in the altercation. Oh, that's bad. We knock back here.
Okay, nice. You got the knockback grenade. Are you gonna capitalize off of it?
Huh?
The guy walled himself in.
Queen.
Not bad.
Hey, damn. Oh god. I didn't expect the second one to be here.
Hey.
Fuck, yeah, no. Okay, that was... I did not deserve to live that in the slightest. Should have... You know, I know someone called literally just...
Oh yeah, also, a weird thing, if you might have noticed, you technically, or hold on. You've killed 3 people, but you only have 2 kills. I think it might be a bug with Storm Cold where it says that they kill themselves in the, like, game's, feed, like, in the game's log, instead of actually giving you the kill, which, if so, that's a shame, because
That's
you,
not what I would hope.
you should have gotten that.
Your
Long barrel car is, or heavy barrel car.
stuff.
It's definitely a combination. I hope you're good at sniping, because otherwise you are going to be asking for trouble, because, yeah. You basically have to be good at landing shots to make this work, because otherwise you just have a incredibly unwieldy sniper rifle. So you are looting a lot.
Should not get complacent.
You're still looting.
Yeah. Motor. Subject.
Still.
Hey, fuck.
Okay, you're not looting, but you're just trying to get the zone now. Okay, hold on. This should be fun.
Yeah, I can see.
So you're third partying a fight. Nice shots.
Oh, I thought that was it. I immediately forgot that. No, the funny weapon. The funny weapon get flashed. Are you like up? I
No,
shot
that's the
him.
down person that you shot earlier.
You're blue as well.
Or actually, no, I think that's their buddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh god, I suck at this thing.
No, you're just kind of getting screwed over because the Rainmaker has low damage per shot, and this person has like a ton of healing blessings. I hope they have shotgun ammo though, because you are starting to run out.
It's death and despair.
Yes, they do have some shotgun ammo.
You're actually what I'm looking for.
Nice.
Now those bad loot pills, like they're all still alive, but I think
You know you
there's
can
enough
shoot them,
rounds
by
that
the way.
showed up already.
You have a shotgun, and shotguns are incredibly effective at thirsting down people. Hey, more shotgun ammo.
Kind of sexy.
Please tell me you take it. Yes. Okay, good.
Oh, it's giving such. Where?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, we normal.
Hold on.
Oh,
What just happened?
Such like a bad rep. Oh. Oh. Where am I?
So he launched at an angle, hit the
chill.
wall, climbed the wall whilst flying, and then got flung to the other side of the map.
This is giving such a bad impression as to what like normal gameplay is like.
Oh yeah. This is no.
Wow.
This is funny.
Please.
I like this. I do have a lot to comment on, but yeah, this is funny. Whoa! Okay, hold on. I think this was the same guy. A, I think this was the same guy you sniped earlier, and B, that is a damn impressive shot on a moving target, especially with all the trees. Damn. You're a good sniper. Like,
Come on, yeah, you better-
obviously it helps
you
with the
better
person.
save.
They have 2 legendary blessings. That's a legendary jump and a
You
legendary
have
ice.
jump that I very much am gonna need.
Get them. You want those
Sorry, buddy.
shotguns. Very good at dealing with downed enemies.
What do you mean?
Wow, this is like a literal
Holy
upgrade to what you
hell,
have.
I don't
Also,
care
you're
if
getting
you-
shot at.
Shooting at me, I have jump. I don't need to see the price tag. I don't care if I go blind anyway. That's the long way match. Run, my pretties. You'll never make it too far.
You
Shooting at
should probably
the
grab a submachine gun because
Probably should be using the car at this range, but I cannot.
no, you should not. It's a sniper rifle, especially with the build you have for it. You should probably be running a submachine gun though. Because your
Cat back there?
shotgun aim has been less than stellar so far.
I need to care about.
You have had good sniper aim, I've
Yes,
noticed though.
You have probably track or something. Oh, see.
Ah, so close. Yeah, okay.
I need to
Hold on. So there's a fellow sniper next to
that
you.
way. Because I need a better angle. 'Cause against that level of speed, my best weapon, apart from whee,
Be careful, you're standing out in the open. You should be sniping from a tree, actually. Not from a rock. You have the jumps to get up onto the trees, and also the jumps to reposition. Oh my god, the legendary ice
Okay,
is
you
just
definitely
so
expected
incredibly
that.
deadly.
What?
You're also low on shotgun ammo.
Unfortunately, I am pretty much fucking out of armament.
You really need a shotgun. Or
I
a
need to
submachine gun.
find a complete liberty split. You can kind of be
Well, okay. Well, let's see how this goes. I have not seen you use the MP5K yet. I
don't
hope it
need to
works
hit
well.
many shots, because,
Yes, this is good. This is good. You should be doing this.
no,
I mean, you want to
you're
get to the top of the mush?
target.
Okay. That is, hold on. Guess who forgot to put their Discord in, Do Not Disturb? Me.
Actually,
Sorry about that.
Actually, I know what. I know what I should do.
Okay. Are you gonna keep the long barrel?
That way.
If you're not gonna run the car, you should take the long barrel off of the H1. I know B eaters are gonna yell at me, but really, you should.
With my amount of jump. Oh, but this should be nice, as long as I don't fuck up my resets. I don't know if this guy is hunting me, but I do have the gambit of orbitals.
Mm.
So if I check that here, we force some action.
Interesting. So this is like ultimate nade fishing. For those of you who don't know, grenade fishing is where you basically use grenades and you just chuck them around to force people out of cover.
That's a bad position. Bad position myself. Right hereabouts.
Yep. And what he's doing is basically forcing the other guy to, well, the orbital covers so much ground that it's basically like,
Or die.
yeah. And then he just killed the guy. Nice. Okay, this was actually a pretty decent game. It's nice seeing that you definitely have pretty good skills with a sniper rifle and everything, and you did pretty well. With like the Rainmaker and everything. Obviously, your close range aim struggles a bit, but you actually did pretty good. It's nice to see.
Sake.
Oh, hold on.
And
I have skimmed forward too much. Okay.
It's
landing big work.
Who would ever want that?
Obviously, you've been bribed by
Only
B-Eater. This
Benefit
is...
from like one kill a
Yeah, I'm
game.
kidding.
You're barely any quicker. And now the enlightened soul later on. Yes. Kills. Blessing that gets kills so you can get more kills.
Yes, I think he's talking about stuff like Hunt and Bloodlust, and
That's
yes.
a B-Link grenade.
Alright, that's valuable.
Let's see one of those every day.
Is that a health... did you put the health... Okay,
Yeah.
do not put the health analyzer on your Gaussbow, because if you do actually manage to hit anybody with a Gaussbow, they're gonna die in one shot anyways.
Putting the
so-
suppressor on this slot now because
It's kind of overkill. And instead you want it on the submachine guns, so
Yeah.
you... Okay, this is a better...
I like the
option.
Gaussbow. Those are a weapon that look on that.
Alright.
Fuck it, super generous.
Do you really not
equalize
end
a lot
up
of
using the
fights.
AUG at all in this gameplay? It's a shame.
It's also in which it's fine and
Yeah, you are looting a lot, dude. This is like new player levels of looting. Like obviously you want a lot of stuff, but like you're fast with your looting. You know how to like move and everything.
I
and all
don't really
that.
have much confidence with the AK. Is my thing. Oh, I fucked up that jump. You know, out of embarrassment, I'm not even looting up there. Normally, I get that like, I'm not. Is my problem?
Also, I think
Yeah.
this is just kind of a side point, but I think you are the person who has used the most flashbangs that I've ever reviewed. Since I haven't actually reviewed myself yet, it's honestly impressive.
Well, like it will be there for me. Like I'm gonna force. Is there?
Okay, so you're running the car again.
But,
This should be interesting to see.
Treat right there. But as it currently stands, I'm just
Oh, it's Lit Beats car.
with Surfer.
Ooh, this should be a fun game.
It's a longer range than the Yeah, I think I want.
Yeah.
Common Ice is nice, but having any amount of healing will be.
Agreed. Yes, you want the cardio there, and you want the small to make it harder for people to counter snipe you, and then also make it easier for you to fight. Whatchamacallit, in close range battles. Also, this is a very strong loadout. Car from Moss, very good car. KAR, yeah, car is very good for, you know, like long range and medium range if you're quick enough. FAMAS, pretty good at medium range, very good at close range. Can act as like a substitute to some machine gun.
Will be beneficial.
And then the D-goal is, I presume, just to clean up kills.
What's going on here? Let's go. Without a one to. So that scared the shit out. Oh!
Whoa.
I thought I might fucking car out. That
Wow. Hold on.
was. I should be fucking dead.
Are you French or something? Because this is the... You've had a stellar
yeah,
performance with the FAMAS so far. Oh, okay. Hold on. You know the other guy's on like 10 health, right? You can just run at him with the FAMAS and he's gonna die.
That guy's giving me intel of like where I am. So
Yeah, you can cut.
I saw the movement, but
That's unfortunate.
You know, that was good fun.
That was really good aim on your end from the FAMAS,
I
though.
expect him to peek in the upper spot because a lot of players just walking now at the two guys. Hey, buddy.
Okay, yeah, that's just kind of unfortunate. You landed directly on a fully looted player. Rest in peace, Carwinin. Bummer.
Yeah, be far up to tricks.
So this is seemingly the last game.
70 be a part of it if I can. 2 of these, I guess. Sure. That's quite nice.
Yeah, that's a ton of ammo for your machine gun.
Cash injection. Cash being money. That's very nice. Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's
kind of
fantastic.
Ready?
All you need now is a
I
accuracy
think I
barrel
will.
for your for your Thompson, and you are good to go.
To reach these people. Yeah, yeah.
This I agree
Fun
with.
to use.
I know everybody else who has made it this far will yell at me, but I agree with this because you want long range, medium to long range capabilities alongside your machine gun, and
I
the
am
Garand
gonna use
offers
you.
that.
Alright, this building.
Also, as we saw earlier, he has pretty good aim with single shot weapons. So it makes sense that he takes the Grand, which is a single shot weapon. Rear pull is
That was
evil.
incredible. Loud.
especially with a high fire rate weapon. Nice. Damn.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, love to see it. Is that a ooh,
Epic dash.
man,
Well done.
I do.
You missed a fire grenade outside. I wonder if you go and pick it up.
Push.
It doesn't look
Get
like
it.
it.
Yeah. That's-
Long barrel Grand.
Low
Okay,
reload
Beater is
weapon.
going to have a heyday when he sees this
And-
gameplay.
I thought it was a burst gun for a second. It doesn't make any sense, but I thought it was.
Ooh. Yeah, that's fair enough. You could argue that you want a health analyzer on the machine gun to know how low an enemy is, but the laser sight is also incredibly helpful since it is your close range gun. If you're doing something like minigun, shotgun, then yeah, you would want or not minigun, but like machine gun, shotgun. You would want the health analyzer on your machine gun, and then the laser sight on your shotgun, because the shotgun is like the closer to to secure kills or to secure kills and to deal with close range fights. And usually, if you're in very close range fights, which like basically if you end up in a scenario that's not to your liking, such as very close range fights in this loadout and everything, it doesn't like how much health a target has is a lot less important than just making sure you can actually shoot them, and the laser sight lets you actually shoot them much easier at that. Alright, it makes the process of shooting them much easier.
Sorry, my headphones. Alright.
You are looting me. I think, yeah, he's doing some audio stuff. You do need to get the zone, though.
Entirely. Let me. Actually, okay. Zero bonus round where you're experiencing this zero audio gameplay. I dead ass do not know if Oh, God.
Okay, yeah. Recommendation: do not tune your audio in the middle of a hot POI. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Thank you very much for watching. See you.
Alrighty. Okay, so that's the end of this gameplay. Thank you, Carwanian, for submitting your stuff. And now I get to do the theorizing, which I'm actually going to take a couple of minutes to think about, and then you're not going to see anything because I'm going to do a jump cut. Okay, we are back. So, overall, you play decently well. Or this is just kind of the recap of everything here. You play decently well. So, as I was saying, you play decently well. You've got solid sniper aim. You have decent skills. You know how to use grenades and everything. It's clear that you have experience in everything. However, I was thinking about it, and it's a very important thing that I forgot to mention in my little preamble, or that he mentioned and I completely forgot about because this is the morning after I watched that, is that he is a support player. Which means that when he usually plays squads, he's the person sitting in the backline with a sniper rifle, with a long-range weapon, and providing covering fire and support, with like healing barrel, with a sniper rifle, and just generally pressuring the enemies. And the problem is that when you play solo squad, it's a lot harder to do that because you're one person, you don't have someone else who you can be supporting, you have to support yourself. And I think the main problem is that you, Carwanian, specifically, you realize that you have to be more aggressive and not be as, like, in the backline as a support player in this game usually is. So, you tried to do that, which is what we saw earlier. You were running, like, assault rifle machine gun, you were running, assault rifle shotgun, assault rifle, submachine gun and stuff like that, and you were doing okay, but as you saw, you don't have any of the skills, or hold on, being a support player means you haven't developed, hold on, any of the skills, or many, it's better to say many of the skills that duelists or frontline players have. Dogfighting, separating teams, offensive grenade usage. You did use grenades a lot, which is good because a lot of people of you don't, but there was, or I suppose it was, taking advantage, openings, and opportunities. So, for example, when you downed or hit someone with a grenade, when you managed to get a knock with a sniper rifle, when you managed to, like, scare someone off with an ability or one of your blessings and stuff like that, usually that opens up opportunities and it gives you openings to go in, like, if you manage to down one person with a sniper rifle, you can down another with a grenade or a sniper shot as they go to res that first person. Or if you snipe someone, you can then use that time to either reposition or run towards the enemy squad, and their forces are split because one of them has to go res, one of them has to shoot you, and that gives you time to basically isolate the enemy team. Stuff like that. And normally, for most players and everything, these are just skills that you develop over time. Everything, because a lot of them, if you play mainly solo squads, or if you're just a frontline player, these are skills they have to have and everything. But you never develop these skills because you never had to, because you were a support player. What skills you developed are, like, when's a good moment to snipe, and what are good sniping builds, positioning. You actually had pretty damn good positioning during the entire video. There were a couple of moments when you were fighting big, or like, you had good positioning when you were sniping. And that's because you have a lot of experience with that. You knew how to use like non-damaging grenades like flashbangs and smokes and stuff like that to force people out of cover or to like chase them down and everything. And when you problem is that all of those skills that you need as a frontline player are skills that you have to rely on when you play solo squads, and you don't have any of them, which is why you're struggling so much. And actually, that's why you managed to get the win, and you were doing well. That is mostly why you managed to get the win. Is that using the sniper rifle has you kind of lean back into that support player role, and you did fantastic. You managed to land a couple of incredible snipes. You managed to pick off squads one by one. You knew how to zone out enemies and everything, but all those other times they were trying to run more offensive close range loads and everything, you struggled because you have no experience with them, which is fine. So this is the main point, and this is the main thing. There were obviously a couple of smaller things and everything, but most of that just boils down to this: is that your close range skills are underdeveloped, and to solve this, it's kind of difficult. There are a couple of ways to do it. So, hold on. I cannot type. Solution number one is to brute force it, which is basically you just play, Solution number one is that you brute force it, which is basically you just play a ton of solo squads and you use frontline loadouts, and you'll eventually learn, like, strafing, like how to strafe against close range targets. You'll learn how to separate squads. You'll learn how to chase down opportunities and stuff like that and everything. It works, but it's a lot of mental anguish and it's unpleasant. Honestly, I've had to do that. It's not fun. Solution two is just kind of playstyle shifting, and this is the one I'm going to personally advocate for you, and I'm going to explain. Basically, what you need to do is that you need to change the way that you play from a purely support player to a mix of like support / all-rounder player. And the thing is, by being an all-rounder player, yes, you do sacrifice some of your other capabilities and everything, but it also means that you can do a lot more things. You can do pretty much everything instead of being hyper-specialized in one thing. And being hyper-specialized in one thing is generally not a good skill set for a game like this, or pretty much any game, because games are always changing and evolving and everything. Even though TABG hasn't gotten an update in 3 years, the meta and how people play and everything still keeps evolving. Less so than like a game like Call of Duty or Overwatch or Valorant or Rainbow Six Siege, much less than those games, but there are still shifts and everything. So to change your playstyle, what you're going to do is you're still going to play as a support player, because you play very well as a support player and you want to take advantage of that. If you already have those skills and you can already get maximum value out of that, why not keep working with that and everything? But you're also going to start including some of the things that, well, some of the skills and everything that close range players have. So first thing is your loadouts are going to be, will now be DMR / sniper plus SMG rifle. I saw you trying to make rifle SMG work, and I saw you try and make like rifle. I saw you try and make some machine gun work. You right now you do not have the skills to do that, so just focus on this. You have one long range weapon and you have one close range weapon and everything. It will probably be the best thing for now, but that's the way that you do it. Second off, practice solo squads more. Obviously, this is part of it. But practice solo squads and try to I suppose here's a good way to put it, is that try to make sure the final kill of a squad happens in close range. Okay, so this is a bit vague, and I'm gonna explain it very quickly. What this means is that basically you can start a fight with a sniper rifle and everything, and you can get several kills with a sniper rifle and all of that. But the final kill of the squad has to be close range. You have to close the distance and get in their face to get that last kill. Which, what this means is that instead of just relying on sniping for everything and then swapping to close range if you have to and everything, what this means is that you have to put down the sniper rifle and then get into close range. Now, it's quite possible that they go and res their allies, or one of them isn't actually fully downed, or there's a bug or something like that, and they come back, or you get third party or something. That's part of the risks that you have to take. But by doing this, you'll get used to, you can still take advantage of your long range skills and your support player skills, but you are also going to be forcefully developing those close range / frontline player skills that you need. Third one is going to be spectate / watch gameplay from frontline players. And this is just recommended in general if you want to learn a specific skill set. In this case, I recommend someone like Fredo, dual rotor helicopter. Salty doesn't really play anymore, but in general, I don't know if you're part of the, no, you are part of the Landfall Discord and everything. Ask around. There's a lot of players that play very close range and very up in the enemy's face and everything. Just like find their YouTube, find their like, because a ton of them have clip compilations and stuff like that because they like showing off, because why not, and everything. And obviously clips are nice and everything, but just sit there with like a notepad, for example. Have the video on one, like on your screen, have a notepad and start taking notes. You're like, okay, so he's fighting this enemy and everything, and he's strafing left and right, and he's jumping as he's strafing back the other direction, which forces the enemy to miss. That's the first point. Second point is that he uses a cluster grenade here to split up the enemies to go into two directions, and he picks them off one by one. That's the second point that you write down. Third point is that he uses vampire instead of regen to get maximum healing from his weapons. That's the third point, etc, etc. Just go and write down what you notice and everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. It might be possible that you watch a 20-minute gameplay and you only have 2 points. That's fine. You're just starting, you're just trying to learn from them and everything. And it's quite possible that you only write down a couple of things, but in your subconscious you're learning a lot more over time, and that you will start seeing this in your gameplay. And then the fourth point is, I don't know, just keep, don't give up. Don't give up. Believe in yourself. This is more so something I noticed secondhand, is that you have low confidence in yourself and your skills, which is a shame, honestly. From what I saw, you shouldn't. You have solid gameplay. You know what you're doing, even though, basically, you know what you're doing and you have skills and everything. You just can't showcase it in most of the ways that you were playing because you were forcing yourself into a role that you weren't good at. So of course you're going to struggle. This is fine. This is just part of learning. You don't... Hold on. I'm trying to not go into a tangent because this is already a long video, but basically, don't give up. You know that you have the time put in this game to know how it works. You have some of the skills necessary to be an incredibly good player. You are missing some skills, but those can be learned, and you can learn them with a little bit of effort and a little bit of studying and practice and all of that. And just because you're not seeing immediate results, or because you get bested by a player who has been doing that their entire time and everything, doesn't mean that you should give up. Just keep going at it. Just keep trying again and again and again. And obviously, that sounds like the definition of insanity and everything. But every time you try, you are slowly getting better and everything. And if you manage to take out a squad with just a minigun and no sniper rifle, applaud yourself for that. If you land a really good grenade and you can take down a team that was playing super close together by strategically separating them, applaud yourself for that. Recognize the moments that you do well. Recognize the moments that you do something well, even if it's something you're good at, and especially if it's something that you're bad at, and just have a mental checklist and you're like, hey, I did this well. Hey, I did this well. So if you So in the moments where you just fall over to a squad or something goes bad and everything, you can look back and can be like, well, I might have failed here, or I might have done something that wasn't necessarily fantastic. You can still look back and you're like, well, that thing didn't go well, but all these other things went well, and I'm improving. And having having a good mindset when you play this game is absolutely essential, because otherwise this game will just wear you down and everything, and you don't want that. You want to improve from what I've seen, and you want to get better, and a mindset is a large part of that. So just keep going forward, keep believing, keep trying and everything, and you have the potential to become an incredibly good player later on. Right now you need a bit of work, but honestly with these points that I've given, you have, in like a week or two, you could definitely start rivaling a lot of the enemies that you face, and you can probably start getting, on average, like 8 to 15 kills, which, given your average so far was like 4 and everything, doubling that in like a week or two is pretty damn impressive. So yeah, keep it up, don't give up. You can do this. It's going to be difficult, and it might be a bit painful at first, but you can definitely do it. Well, that's the end of that review. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Carwonen, for submitting this. This is a long video, but he sent me a lot of footage, so that's part of it. As for everybody else, thank you all for watching. If you want to have your gameplay reviewed like I have done here, you can contact me via my Discord server below, or you can set up a session with me via Metafy. And if you like what I do and you want to support me in the videos I make, I have a Ko-Fi down below, and it would be really fantastic. Because it means that I can make better videos and I can help more people. So that would be wonderful. Anyways, thank you all, and I'll see you all later. Ciao!